everyone. I'm Jane Skinner. In New York, they call Times Square the crossroads of the world, and it looks like half the world is out there tonight, along with Fox's Allison Camerata, who's keeping an eye on the crowds for us. Allison, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Jane. In fact, I feel like I'm at ground zero of New Year's Eve. I am right in the middle of Times Square, surrounded on all sides by 500,000 revelers. Now, everyone here is waiting with bated breath for the festivities to begin at 10:30. The producers of this event tonight say that their biggest innovation this year will be their new music and sound effects program. They won't tell us what their playlist is. They say it's a surprise, but we're told it will be instrumental and international. And there's been speakers put up all around these buildings to project that sound. Meanwhile, this whole place will reach a crescendo at midnight, of course, when 3.5 tons of confetti will be dropped on all of us down here. So, of course, we'll be live for that. We'll be live with updates until then. In Times Square, Allison Camerata, Fox News.
All right, Allison, thanks very much. Investigators say raw material found in 2 San Francisco warehouses amount to ready-to-go explosives, stuff that could build a bomb like the one that went off in Oklahoma City. They're questioning a power company employee about it. In buildings owned by Pacific Gas and Electric, cops found ammonium nitrate, calcium nitrate, flares, and books on making bombs. The American Embassy in Tel Aviv remains closed after receiving a threat of violence Wednesday night. The embassy wouldn't describe the threat, saying only it was, quote, direct and credible. But Israeli radio reported an anonymous caller had warned the embassy would be blown up. Our next update is at the bottom of the hour, but coming up next, a Fox News Channel year-end special, Chasing Greatness. Stay with us.
This is a Fox News Channel special presentation.
Welcome to a special Fox News Channel special presentation, Chasing Greatness. A look back at a phenomenal year in the world of sports. I'm Brian Kilmeade. In 1998, many stories jumped from the sports pages over to the front page. I mean, you have John Elway and the Denver Broncos and their show of perseverance as they finally get the Super Bowl trophy. Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls. When you talk about that team and that dynasty, you talk about an unmatched desire to win. Then you have the New York Yankees and their show of near perfection, 125 and 50, and also many different athletes on many different playing fields. But the biggest story of the year, without question, a chase for baseball immortality. As summer turned to fall, fans were kept on the edge of their seats, watching Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa chase and then crush the record of 61 homers in a single season. What I want to do now is take a look back at one of the greatest sports stories ever.
Back in St. Louis, that may be the place. When the dead is jumping, Sammy's keeping pace. The way the captain is with a smile upon her face. You know we're gonna crown the king of swing. The rest is going down the king of swing. The hill one running down the king of swing. You know I like the sound of swing. You know we're gonna crown the king of swing. He's gonna see you down the king of swing. People gather around the king of swing. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. There goes Bill. Come on, know everybody there. You know I like the sound of God. You know we're gonna crown the king of swing. We're gonna do you down the king of swing. The people gather around here. Roll out the carpet for the king. Number 70. How much more can you give us, Big Mac?
Oh, that would be about it. Just number 70. That was just the beginning of our chase as well. Look at great moments like that and the stories behind the scores of the year. Now, here to help us out, you're not going to believe the panel we put together. To put 1998 in perspective, you got Pro Football Hall of Fame running back, community activist, Jim Brown. Also, former commissioner of Major League Baseball, Bowie Kuhn, and New York Post columnist and co-host, I'm proud to say, of Fox on Sports, Wally Matthews. Guys, all of you, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good to be here.
All right, let's go out to the commissioner. First off, Commissioner, great to see you again. Can you put it in perspective now as a fan of how special this home run race was? Did it even surprise you with the way America rallied with it?
Oh, it did surprise me. I mean, it's the greatest record in sports, I think. And it was exciting because the country got behind it in a way that I thought was quite inconceivable. I mean, baseball can generate a lot of things, but the way they got behind this almost showed a yearning to see baseball make up for the problems that it had in recent years, and they just fell in love with baseball enormously here. So I think it was very impressive.
Jim, did you follow it along the way?
Oh, absolutely. Great story.
What were your thoughts? You had mentioned to me, too, that the guy that got the MVP and the Man of the Year, you kind of liked who got those trophies. Sosa, the MVP, and the Man of the Year is Mark McGwire.
Well, there's no doubt about it. I think McGwire, set the pace. He had such great style, He had his kid out there. He was very gracious to the fans. He has this great body. There was a controversy about the particular enhancing drug that he went right by. Sosa was wonderful, and people responded. It was a great American story,
Wally, why did people respond? What was it that struck a chord in America? Because we watched Hank Aaron go for Babe Ruth's record in the 70s.
Well, first of all, Americans love scoring. They love the home run. The home run is a symbol of everything. It's a symbol of power. It's a symbol of manhood almost in baseball, and I think people respond to that. And I think that, although as great as Hank Aaron's record was, Brian, that's a longevity record. All right? I mean, he showed continued excellence over 21 years and got to the record. But to hit 70 home runs or 61 or even 62, which nobody was able to do for 37 years, shows, a one-season focus of ability that we hadn't seen in quite a while. Now, I'm very interested to see what happens in 1999, because if you can break a home run record by 9 home runs in 1 year, what's to say you can't break 70 by another 5 next year? And if they don't, I think people are now going to start to look at what actually happened in 1998.
Bowie, Commissioner, we've got to go to a quick break, but real quick, can you please tell us, do you think that baseball has sustained this momentum? Have they reached a plateau that's never been this high before?
They can sustain the momentum. I think baseball has made a really great comeback in the last couple of years and really focused on this year. They can sustain the momentum if they do a number of things right. Getting a commissioner in place, that was very important. They'll sustain it.
Yeah, we'll see if they will, in fact, sustain it. It'll be interesting to see if America continues to roll around and if we can actually afford to go to a game after a while, because these prices are going through the roof. In terms
well,
of...
if you catch one of the home run balls, you can, but then you sell it back.
Yeah, you should sell it back, because that's the only way you can pay off the ticket, or pay off the parking as well. Meanwhile, Chasing Greatness is just getting started. Now, here's what's coming up later in the show. Are the 1998 New York Yankees the greatest baseball team in history? The heart and soul of the Yanks, pitcher David Cohn tells us how he feels. And also how the Bronx Bombers will top last year, if Penn. Plus, John Elway's quest for a Super Bowl victory finally ended. And Super Bowl 32 MVP Terrell Davis made it happen. John and Terrell talk about their magic moments. But up next, the pride of the Dominican Republic, Slammin' Sammy Sosa, talks to us.
I think that I've been blessed, and I know that myself. I have a lot of ability, and I'm a professional inside and outside the field. So I think that everything comes together. When everything is together right there, nobody can stop you, only you.
Take it from the Arbor Day Foundation. Rainforests are special. Remarkable plants grow here, but as beautiful, as magical as the rainforests are, they're being burned and bulldozed. We can save the rainforest. Support rainforest rescue. Write the Arbor Day Foundation.
This Super Bowl Sunday, the Prize Patrol could surprise you with $31 million.
Now that's a big check.
The one and only Publishers Clearinghouse Sweepstakes. Now, bigger than ever.
Uh-oh.
Half can be bad, or half can be good. Maxwell House Light, half the caffeine and the full, rich flavor of regular coffee.
The new Acura RL has distinctive styling to appeal to your elegant side. A performance-tuned suspension to satisfy your assertive side, and a sophisticated front and side airbag system to protect both sides. The new RL from Acura.
Migraine pain, the blinding light, the nausea, the piercing pain. You may think nothing can help the pain, but the power of prescription Zomig can. For most types of migraine, Zomig is clinically proven to relieve migraine pain after the attack is underway. That's the power of Zomig. Get this free migraine information kit with savings on your first prescription for Zomig. To learn more, talk to your doctor or call 1-800-675-6562 about Zomig. Zomig is not for everyone. If you have certain types of heart disease or uncontrolled blood pressure, you should not take Zomig. Very rarely, some people without recognized heart disease may have serious heart-related problems. So talk to your doctor if you have risk factors for heart disease, such as smoking, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol, or if you are pregnant, nursing, or taking medication. Migraine pain? Get the power of Zomig now. Call for your free information kit and savings on Zomig.
New Year's resolution. Spend more time with your friends. Fox and Friends. And look who's coming over. Hercules, fully clothed. Mrs. Brady and Phil Collins. Fox and Friends. Turn it on New Year's Day. Your friends are expecting you.
To me, the most special thing that I saw this year was the unfortunate plea of nature with Hurricane George, and to see a young man playing like Sammy Sosa and continue to play well throughout all of that. And to me, the impact that he had on that island was vital to me and very gratifying.
Well, welcome back, everyone. The great Ernie Banks. You know, baseball celebrated one of its greatest seasons ever in 1998. And the major reason was, well, the way in which Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa handled themselves, the media, and most importantly, the fans, as they chased Roger Maris's single-season home run mark. Join us as we look back on the chase of '98 through the eyes of Slammin' Sammy himself.
Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire treated baseball fans to a fairy tale season. Every swing, every gesture, every curtain call reminded us all why baseball is America's pastime.
It's a great year, not only for me, but for baseball, the way you say. I mean, baseball is being very, very good to me. I think that the way people here show me appreciation, the way they go to the ballpark, taking his kid, taking his family, let's go out there and watch the game. I mean, that's something.
For Sosa, chasing Roger Maris's record wasn't a competition that divided them. It was a journey that united them.
When he break the record, and I was clapping in right field, I said, yes, you know, because I feel that, you know, he deserved it, and he did a challenge, and all his people was there, and it was a great feeling for him. You know, he was looking for that for a long, long time. I said to myself, it's time for me to go out there and taking care of that too.
5 days later, it was Sosa's turn to take his place in baseball history.
The day that I break the record was great. You know, it was the day that I hit 61 and 62, and I'll tell you what, it was a great feeling that I have ever had in my life, because I see all the fans right there, excited, having a great time. I'm doing my job, and my family, my mother, my wife, my kid. I mean, and after I break the record, I was sitting on the bench and I cried a little bit. I don't cry, but I cried that day.
Sosa's happy ending didn't stop there. He finished the year with a staggering 66 homers. The Chicago Cubs visited the postseason for the first time since 1989, and it was Sosa, not McGwire, who was the overwhelming choice for National League MVP.
I think that the job that I've been doing the playoff help, the way that I carry myself, the way that I'm taking care of the people. I had to say that. So that was one of the reasons. The number was there. The number don't lie. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, the way that the people vote for me, the way that the people care about me, that's what counts for me. When I get to MVP award, I mean, I say, wow.
Sosa and McGuire. McGuire and Sosa. Forever linked because of their great season. They carried the game on their shoulders while chasing greatness.
It was fun. I think 1998, nobody ever going to forget the way that Mark and I come through and make that baseball bat, you know, bring it back to the field. I mean, people, you know, they really, really excited, and people are going to be more excited in 1999.
And he has a lot to live up to as his Cubs go and try for the postseason once again. Meanwhile, the home run duel may have been the highlight of the year, but other stars soared in '98. Now, later in the show, Jeff Gordon was as dominant in NASCAR as any driver ever. But up next, were the '98 New York Yankees the best of all time, I ask you? We'll talk to their pitching ace.
Nobody can ever take this away from us, no matter what happens. If I fall on my face next year and blow out my arm, you know, I will have had a great career and will have had wonderful experiences in New York, and you know, I have no complaints.
This program is brought to you by the makers of Advil Cold and Silent, relief that goes right to your head.
Planes now fly New York to Paris in under 4 hours. Titanium bikes can go over 65. News travels round the world in an instant. So how come pain relief isn't faster? Introducing Advil Liquid Gels, the first and only pain reliever in a faster-acting liquid-filled capsule that's gentle on your stomach. On tough pain, Advil Liquid Gels are stronger and faster than extra-strength Tylenol. Headaches to muscle aches. New Advil Liquid Gels. Pain relief. Stronger and faster.
Season for the Lexus December to Remember sales event with values you've never dreamed possible. After all, we know not everyone has visions of sugar plums. Ends January 4th, so make haste to your Lexus dealer.
Introducing a must-read book about Florida that will simply take you away. In its pages, you'll find adventure, romance, wonder, and much more. Read by millions, it's a book that has created enjoyment and lasting memories. And best of all, it's absolutely free. The Florida Vacation Guide. To get your copy, call toll-free today. And after you've read about it, go live it.
Good morning, folks. Rise and shine. Time to put on that suit and grab the umbrella, because it's another wet morning. Could be ice by afternoon. In financial news, retail sales are way up, but gold is taking a dramatic plunge. Traffic is bumper to bumper, so you're going nowhere fast. Better get ready to face the music. It's a real jungle out there. My advice, light a fire and curl up with a good book. This report brought to you by the Sarasota area and its Gulf Coast islands, Florida's cultural coast. Call for your free visitor's guide.
Dream along with me.
He has had 148 songs on the pop chart spanning 4 decades, 50 top 10 hits, 14 number 1 hits.
Magic.
Now, Cornerstone Promotions brings you a classic collection by the great Perry Como.
Find a wheel and it goes round, round, round.
What you do to me?
Don't let the stars get in your eyes. Don't let the moon break your heart. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. No other love have I. It's impossible.
This special Perry Como collection is not available in any store. Here's how to order. Call this toll-free number now for Perry Como. 2 cassettes, $19.98, 2 CDs, $26.98, plus $4.95 shipping. Call now.
For me, from a personal standpoint, the favorite moment of sport is just seeing the look on Joe Torre's face, because he's a good friend of mine, and he's a terrific guy. And to do what he did the entire year, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
I'm Brian Kinley. Welcome back, everyone. You know, Big Mac and Sammy Sosa weren't the only reasons baseball had one of its greatest seasons ever. Now, the most storied franchise in baseball history dominated the game once again. This time in a way no other team has. The 98 New York Yankees won an unthinkable 125 games overall on their way to a World Series title. Now, Yankee pitcher David Cohn recalled the triumphs as well as some of the roadblocks along the way.
I think in terms of overall depth and contributions from all corners of the clubhouse, I think it's tough. It's tough to compare any other team in history to what we did this year and the type of team we had. Now, to go back upon generation, try to compare to Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays and some of the greats of the past. No, I don't think we have any surefire Hall of Famers, and I don't think we can match up with some of the greats of the past, and Joe DiMaggio included. But in terms of overall team and our 9-hole hitter becoming the MVP of the World Series and driving in 100 runs and really no outs 1 through 9 throughout our lineup, and really almost the #1 starter going out there every night, and then a great closer, Mariano Rivera. I think in terms of overall depth, we could argue our place in history. If you notice, whenever Paul O'Neill hit a home run, he immediately put his head down and ran to first base and didn't watch it. And I think our team really picked up on that. And there was no get-in-your-face, arrogant swagger, similar to the teams of the Mets back in the 80s that I played on. It was, even though both teams were great teams, when I compare the Yankees and the Mets, back in the 80s, I think it was completely different personalities and different approaches. It was a remarkable story, and Daryl's a remarkable person for what he's been through in his life and how he's tried to turn it around. But I've never seen a team so floored, so stunned by a bit of news like that. I think it just completely caught us off guard. When Joe Torre told us the news, I don't think anybody expected it. It was dead silence in our clubhouse. We were a day before a playoff game in Texas, and we went out on the field to work out, and I don't think anybody uttered one word to another person throughout the whole workout. It was stunned silence, and obviously there was a lot of emotion, and a lot of people were very afraid for Daryl's health at that point. I had the next game. I was pitching that game in Texas, that game 3, and I have to say that was the toughest start I've ever had. I didn't sleep the night before. I was completely, as I said before, completely floored by the news. I'm completely worried about Daryl. I didn't sleep the whole night. Got up the next day and just kind of walked around in a daze. It just really puts things in perspective, and a lot of times that term's overused as well, but it was a slap in the face of reality for us. And it was probably the toughest game I ever had to prepare for, and toughest game I had to pitch under extreme duress. It actually involved Darryl. Kenny Rogers, our former teammate, pitched against us and had a lead going in the 9th at 5-1, and we ended up knocking him out in the 9th, and Strawberry comes up and hits a grand slam to tie the game, and then we come back and over extra innings and beat the A's, and in a game that was really almost over with. And it just magnified the relentless nature of our team, and that no matter what's going on or what the score is, right up to the final out, we weren't going to give an inch. And right then and there, I knew that team was on to special things. Nobody can ever take this away from us, no matter what happens. If I fall on my face next year and blow out my arm, I will have had a great career and will have had wonderful experiences in New York. And I have no complaints. I mean, I'm on top of the world right now, and things couldn't get better.
Great team to cover as well. A bunch of great guys in the clubhouse. Back with us to put a final stamp of the 98 baseball season, kind of put it in perspective. Welcome once again, Commissioner Bowie Kuhn, former commissioner, I should say, and Football Hall of Famer Jim Brown, and Fox on Sports New York Post columnist Wally Matthews. And Commissioner, let me start with you again. In terms of the greatest ever, did we just watch the greatest team ever, or did you reign over the 72 Reds? I mean, that big red machine. Who were the greatest teams ever?
Well, this is a very good team. It's very hard to compare over time. I never saw the 27 Yankees. They may be the greatest team still. I saw the 36, 37, 38 Yankees, DiMaggio, Dickey, Gomez, Rashi, those guys, Ruffing. That was a great team, deep in talent at every position, deep in pitching. And the thing that is outstanding about the current New York Yankee team is the depth of pitching. It can play with anybody.
Yeah, and then that kind of closed out the season. What we have now for the 99 season, Jim, is a team without a league without a salary cap, and we can cross off 12 teams who have no chance of competing next year. Teams like the Yankees, teams like the Indians are just outspending everyone.
That's why it was so great to watch the team last year, because they represented team. And I remember when Paul Brown used to talk to us as football players, he said we were the Yankees of football. which meant class.
Yep.
So now you talk about money, and money always sneaks in, and we're looking at another situation where money might take away the greatness of a world champion.
You think so? Because we're bringing back the team intact.
I don't think it'll happen in New York because I think George Steinbrenner wants to make sure he has a winner and he has the money to do it. But I think what we're seeing, Brian, and you just referred to it, the chickens are coming home to roost on the overexpansion in every league. I mean, you're absolutely right. There are 14 teams, actually, that can say that they're out of contention because it's already been proven that you need to spend more than $40 million on your payroll to have a chance at the postseason. All right? Now, the answer may be that there are too many teams and that if you cannot generate enough income to spend $40 million on your lineup, then maybe your city just cannot support a Major League Baseball team, or you can't support an NBA franchise or an NFL team. And these are the realities that these leagues might have to deal with in the future.
Commissioner, you buying any of this?
No, I'm not buying. If the suggestion from Wally is that we have so many teams, we got to think about cutting back, I don't believe that. I think the problem is very simply that we have reached a new level of compensation for athletes. That's great for them, and I'm happy for it. But you're going to have to work out something for the future so that teams in cities like Pittsburgh, Montreal, Minnesota, and so forth can compete in this league.
Well, Commissioner, you're clearly talking about revenue sharing, obviously.
I'm talking about either revenue sharing or what the NBA is talking about, which is not revenue sharing, which is some sort of control on where salaries are going. In 10 years ago, 12 years ago, whatever it is, Larry Fleischer, the best of the leaders on the labor side, saw what to do for the NBA, worked with the commissioner, worked out the salary cap. And that changed basketball dramatically overnight and brought on prosperity for the players as well as the owners.
Commissioner, a great point. We'll come back to you a little bit later on. You want an illustration, difference between the football and baseball? Look at the Minnesota, look at the city. Vikings best team in the NFL, perhaps the Twins can't compete. Still to come, our special presentation on the surface. NASCAR's Jeff Gordon and golf's Mark O'Meara couldn't be more different, but their performances in '98 were similar, dominant. Plus, as we wait for the NBA season to finally get underway, can we look at the Chicago Bulls? Yes, we can. They chase greatness. Can they do it one more time? But next, the Broncos were 14-point underdogs in the Super Bowl. Didn't stop them. John Elway and Terrell Davis tell us how Denver finally won the big one.
Just when everybody says that you can't do it, I think that inspires most people. And it wasn't just me, it was the whole team who felt like we were underdogs and no one gave us a chance to win.
Start something special.
In a car commercial, you expect to see some fine print. Well, here's some of the finest darn print you'll ever see. For a short time, get 0.99 financing on all 99 Oldsmobiles. That means finance savings of up to $3,700 at the Start Something special event at your Oldsmobile dealer now.
Lindsay never cleans her shower, yet it's fresh and clean every time she gets in it. Because she's discovered Tilex Fresh Shower. After her shower, she sprays a gentle mist. Never scrubbing or even rinsing. Because Tilex Fresh Shower keeps soap scum and soils from building up. Now you'll never have to clean your shower again. Try Tilex Fresh Shower.
It's the largest piece of moving equipment in most homes. Replacing that old garage door should not be left to amateurs. Call the garage door replacement specialists at Sears. We'll come right to your home and show you a selection of durable new steel doors featuring textures like wood, both with and without windows. You can choose an insulated door, which may help save energy and reduce noise. Plus, if you call now, you can take advantage of savings of a full $100. Sears can help arrange financing as low as $24 a month. But this limited time offer ends Sunday. Trust Sears to bring you satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. So call right now for the limited time offer. Savings of $100 plus payments as low as $24 a month. For installed roofing, gutters, doors, and fencing, call this 800 number right now. Improving your life by improving your home.
This holiday, what should you be watching? Spotlight 98, the year in entertainment. The good.
Hello. Those are swell.
The bad.
Dang.
The ugly.
Look at that.
And even the buggy.
Okay.
Plus, keep watching. We have Robin, Garth, Gwyneth, Susan, Julia, Michael. This holiday, you can't miss the year that was entertaining. Spotlight 98.
Fox News Now, I'm Todd Connor. The atmosphere is electric at New York City's Times Square, where 500,000 people are ready to ring in the new year. Our Allison Camerata is among folks in the Big Apple who are waiting for that ceremonial ball to drop. Hey, Allison.
Hi, Todd. It's funny that you should say that the atmosphere is electric because just seconds ago, electric blue Hawaiian leis were just distributed to the 500,000 revelers here. They've all just put them on. Some are wearing them around their heads, some are wearing them around their necks, but basically everybody is waiting with bated breath for the magical moment at 11:59 when the ball makes its minute-long descent down that 77-foot pole that you see behind me. Meanwhile, this is the last time that we will be seeing this ball. It goes into retirement after this. It will be replaced by a new hand-cut crystal ball that is currently on the drawing board at the Waterford headquarters in Ireland. So we will look forward to that and bring you updates throughout the night. We're live in Times Square. Allison Camerata, Fox News.
Allison, thank you very much. Well, a major terrorist bombing may have been averted in San Francisco. An employee of Pacific Electric and Gas has been arrested and charged with violation of state explosives laws. That's after a bomb and bomb-making material were found in a company warehouse this morning. The suspect, 44-year-old Paul Madronich, directed police to a second company location where possible bomb-making materials were found. Among them, ammonium nitrate, calcium nitrate, and books on bomb-making. And our next update's coming up at the top of the hour, but first, we return to a Fox News Channel special, Chasing Greatness. Stay with us.
Can you believe it? A truly super game. We're back with our special presentation of Chasing Greatness, the year in sports, 1998. Now, to be considered truly great, athletes and teams need to do one thing, and that's win. Now, behind the sensational running of Terrell Davis and the Denver Broncos, well, they went out and did win, did the Broncos. They beat the Green Bay Packers for their first Super Bowl title in franchise history. But this victory was for future Hall of Fame quarterback John Elway. After 15 years, he finally got his title. The two stars of the Broncos Super Show reflect on Super Bowl 32.
It was truly a Super Bowl.
I can see how people thought that was probably one of the best games in history.
For John Elway, the fourth time was a charm.
Probably the biggest monkey off my back was the fact that I was able to lose that tag and to get over the hump and win one.
For Terrell Davis, the first time was a chance to carry his team to a championship.
All of a sudden, I think I'm going to come out there with the big dog.
And for the Broncos, Super Bowl 32 was an opportunity to prove all the experts wrong.
No one gave us a chance. And then to come out as a 14-point underdog, I think that everybody really kind of said, wow, this is perfect. And now all we have to do is go show the world what we're all about and get a little bit of respect that way, because we weren't getting it anywhere else.
The Broncos' 31-24 win over the defending Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers had all the drama of a Hollywood movie. Terrell was nearly perfect during the game, but before the game he made one huge mistake, forgetting to take his migraine headache medication. In the second quarter, Terrell got a migraine. Before he went to the locker room to treat it, even though he couldn't see clearly, Davis was a decoy on John Elway's touchdown run.
If you're in a Super Bowl and you have a migraine, I don't think anybody wants to come out of a game like that. It's a play where 10 years from now, if I look back and say, man, you could have won the game for one play, I would have kicked myself. Because that play, who knows? It might not have worked had I not been in the game.
In the third quarter, with his team driving, Elway took matters into his own hands on one of the most memorable plays in Super Bowl history.
I realized at that point in time we were going to win that game. I realized it then and there. Because you have a guy, he was a guy 37 years old running, and normally quarterbacks are supposed to slide. He jumps up in the air and gets hit and spin around. So that's telling you, this man's doing everything in his will and his power to win this game for us. And why shouldn't we do the same?
The Broncos achieved greatness, but all John Elway could think about was finally.
That's all they talked about since I've been here. Then when we lost 3 in a row to finally to get back there and win one, I think that is the special word right there.
A great moment in sports, let alone football. Now, still to come, a musical look to put a career, the whole year of '98 in review. Plus, Tiger Woods and other Generation X golfers thought they could take over the tour, but look what happened. This 41-year-old Mark O'Meara showed the old boy still know a few tricks and can get it done. Join us as O'Meara looks back at his record-breaking year. But next, MJ, Scotty, Dennis, and a coach named Phil look at a true dynasty.
The biggest thing. Oh, man. Wow. Well, of course, the NBA Finals. Won my 5th championship in a row in Chicago.
Hi, it's Lynn. We met the other night. I really want you to call me. My number's 397-42.
Half can be bad, or half can be good. Maxwell House Light, half the caffeine and the full, rich flavor of regular coffee.
This Super Bowl Sunday, the Prize Patrol could surprise you with $31 million.
Hey, Todd, can you give me a hand?
The one and only Publishers Clearinghouse Sweepstakes. Now,
The self-service for the birds.
bigger than ever.
Come on, get the bus, Skipper. Gotta be the dog chow.
We formulate dog chow to help maintain a healthy immune system. Dog chow, complete nutrition for a healthy dog inside and out. Incredible dog food, incredible dogs. Purina Dog Chow brand. Give your incredible dog dog chow with lamb and rice. Made with real lamb and rice. Another nutritionally advanced formula from Purina Dog Chow.
Season for the Lexus December to Remember sales event with values you've never dreamed possible. After all, we know not everyone has visions of sugar plums. Ends January 4th, so make haste to your Lexus dealer.
I wanna be in love for you, and nobody else but you. I wanna be kissed by you alone.
You never know when love might find you, so be ready with Scope. Nothing kills more bad breath germs. Its minty tingle gets breath Scope clean and fresh. Scope. Feel the tingle.
A day of special programming. At 11 p.m., the Cavuto Business Report. Then at 12 midnight, take a trip back in time on Movie Tone News. And at 1 a.m., the year in entertainment on Spotlight 98. Only on the Fox News Channel.
Tonight on the Cavuto Business Report, get all you need to know about the euro. How will Friday's launch of a single European currency affect your money and your next vacation? Find out tonight on the Cavuto Business Report.
Stopped it. Harper's on it. Behind the screen. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. I remember basketball. We're back. I'm Brian Kilmeade. Lately there hasn't been any pro hoops to speak of because of the NBA lockout. But when there was pro basketball in 1998, it belonged to the Chicago Bulls as usual. Michael and company took their 6th NBA title in 8 years, adding another chapter to their already immense legacy. Now, 98 could prove to be their last championship year in a decade of greatness.
Jordan, the steal, tight ropes the sideline.
memorable moment for playing for the Bulls?
Just being dominant. Being a dominant team.
Will there be another championship for sure?
Without a doubt.
Jordan. Cuts it to 4. Championship number 6. Jordan. Open. Chicago with the lead.
This was our last dance, and it was a wonderful waltz. Thank you all.
Jackson and Jordan. Perhaps for the last time. And before the Bulls they were the Detroit Pistons, were the dynasty that MJ and company had to contend with and then dethrone. Their leader, I'm talking about the Pistons, was a guy named Isiah Thomas. Let's welcome live from Detroit, NBA legend, former owner of the Toronto Raptors, now a top broadcaster, Isiah Thomas. Isiah, thanks for being with us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Isiah, before we talk about the ugly lockout right now, let's talk about the dynasty. Are you talking about one of the greatest in the history of sports, let alone the NBA?
I believe so. I believe when you look at the Chicago Bulls and what they've accomplished in the era that they accomplished it in, you have to put them up there right along with the Yankees, the Montreal Canadiens, the Boston Celtics, so forth and so on. Now, some people may talk about the competition that they had, but you can't really fault them for the competition.
Yeah, that's
They went out, did their job, they performed, and when you look at Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, you have 3 of the most dominant players to ever play the game at their position.
And you guys had a lot to do with getting them battle-tested. Isiah, right now, the lockout. Right now, we're looking at a situation where we could have no basketball season. Who's right, who's wrong in this?
I think the players are kind of in the middle. I think they're being used as pawns. I think it's a game between the owners and then probably the super agents when you talk about a guy like a David Falk. I believe that the players are being used in the middle to kind of battle between the 2 agents and the owners. And it's unfortunate because right now the players don't seem to have control of their own union.
And how do you feel about the attacks on you, Isiah? In the 20 seconds we have, the unions really attacked you pretty heavily for coming down and criticizing them.
I'll put my record up against any of those guys who've ever attacked me. What I stood for in the union and the money that I put in the players' pocket, I don't believe any agent can come out and say they did more for players than I have.
Isiah Thomas, I can't thank you enough for joining us. I want you to join us again and stick around because we want to get your final thoughts at the end of the show, okay?
Thank you.
Up next, NASCAR's Rainbow Warrior and the man who turned back the clock on the PGA Tour. Join us as Jeff Gordon and Mark O'Meara talk about their special year.
Nancy? Jill! Hey, I think you dropped something.
Oh, thanks. I wouldn't want to lose this card.
What's that, your insurance card?
No, but just as important, it's my People's Prescription Plan. This will get me the lowest price at my next stop, the pharmacy.
Can anyone get it?
Sure. You just have to want the best price for your prescription.
Count us in. Is it expensive?
Not at all. And the membership covers everyone in your household.
Even my mom on Medicare?
That's why you should call now to join the People's Prescription Plan. Now, for just one low monthly fee, you'll get the lowest price this plan can offer. In fact, our members have already saved over $20 million on their prescription drugs. Get up to half off the cost of eyeglasses and contact lenses. You can also save on hearing aids, vitamins, even health equipment. It's easy. Just show your prescription card. And there are no claim forms, so call today.
Call 1-800-714-3555. Call now.
Thanks, Shirley. You know, Tony, I've been thinking about life insurance again. We pay more for this coffee than we would for extra coverage.
She's right.
You know, you can get good life insurance for 39 cents a day.
Probably from someone I never heard of.
Mutual of Omaha. United of Omaha, one of the Mutual of Omaha companies, has a plan where your payments never go up and your benefits never go down.
Good company. But I bet you still have to take a physical.
No. And before you ask, you won't be turned down and your coverage can't be canceled.
How much? And don't talk to me in units.
No units. With this, you know what you're getting. Up to $20,000 worth of coverage.
What, do you work for him, Cheryl?
Actually, we bought the plan before Harry passed away. My husband had this great gift for always listening to me. Smart guy, huh, Tony?
Call 1-800-717-7700 for your free information. That's 1-800-717-7700. Call now. 1-800-717-7700.
Rough night's sleep, no big deal? Look again. This X-ray shows no support for your neck and spine when you toss and turn on an ordinary pillow. But now there's the Contour Cloud, the world's most comfortable pillow. Patented soft-touch memory layer molds to fit your head, neck, even your ear for unparalleled softness and comfort, while Blue Base straightens and aligns your spine. Plus, exclusive Crescent provides comforting support to your neck and shoulders. It even cradles your back. Watch again how ordinary pillows simply don't support you. Now see how the Contour Cloud cradles your head in softness as it straightens and aligns your spine. Thousands have paid $90 for this memory pillow, but you can order ours direct for only $19.95 with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Order in the next 60 minutes and we'll include this hot-cold therapy gel pack, a $9 value, free.
Call now to order 1-800-437-4377. Don't waste another night. Call right now. 1-800-437-4377. That's 1-800-437-4377.
We're back with our special presentation, Chasing Greatness, the year in sports, 1998. NASCAR driver Jeff Gordon is just 27. You have golfer Mark O'Meara, who happens to be just 41. Gordon has movie star looks. O'Meara looks like an ordinary guy. Now, an ordinary Joe. Gordon is counted in the lead right now in the NASCAR. He's probably one of the best drivers in the history of racing, let alone the 21st century. O'Meara might be best known as Tiger Woods' best friend on tour. Now, this year, both men were flat out great. Gordon won a record-tying 13 races and his third title in 4 years. O'Meara won the Masters and the British Open, becoming the oldest man ever to win 2 majors in a single year. Here are the keys to their success in their own words.
I'm very fortunate that, I'm young and I've been successful.
A golf ball is sitting down at the ground, doesn't know how old you are, doesn't know whether you're 45, 40, 35, or 25.
When things are going right, it's like a work of art.
I miss a lot more shots than I hit really good ones.
Things are just happening so fast. It's like I'm in this whirlwind and I don't know when it's going to stop.
Does it give you more confidence? Does it make you feel a little bit more like, hey, I can do this? There's no question about it.
Every driver out here wants to be the man.
More times than not, I've been able to get the job done. And when I went in, and my hands went up in the air, people said you had this somewhat blank, shocked look on your face. Well, I mean, who wouldn't be a little bit shocked or relieved to know that, hey, I've finally done it?
He's almost perfect. The way we did it in Rockingham by, winning the championship and the race at the same time, it's just pure emotion and exhilaration that takes over, and it's an awesome feeling.
I don't really try to ever be a person that rests on my laurels or anything else that's happened to me in the game of golf. I feel like I've been fortunate. I feel like I can still achieve. I feel like I can still win.
I want to play my part and contribute and feel like I've made a difference and see this sport grow to new levels.
That's what life's all about. You go forward a little bit, and come back a little bit, and go forward a little bit. And as long as you keep trying to move in the correct direction, then you're going to have those competitive juices. That's going to make you a better person, a better player, more successful.
Headed for victory lane. It's Jeff Gordon one more time.
I think that if it came down to whether or not we could drive a race car, get paid millions of dollars, I think a lot of us want to make sure we're driving that race car and feeling what it's like to win.
I think they look pretty happy. Up next, a complete look back at 98, plus everything from Michael Jordan's last-second jumper to Arizona on Keith Jenkins' touchdown. The plays of the year are next.
Replace your old roof now and pay as low as $96 a month. Don't wait. Your Sears authorized installed roofing professional says buy it now before the busy season starts and choose your favorite roofing style with no money down and payments as low as $96 a month. It's our most affordable roofing option. Call this number now and have a Sears authorized roofing expert provide you with a free in-home estimate. We're America's largest roofing installer. We do all the prep work and leave you with a beautiful, durable new roof. You'll get satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Call today and take advantage of no money down and pay as low as $96 a month. This may be the perfect plan for your needs. So call your Sears authorized installation professional right now. For installed roofing, gutters, doors, and fencing, call this 800 number right now. Improving your life by improving your home.
It was all blue and shiny, and the clouds were stacked 10 miles high, and you'd never seen so much sand or so many waves that tugged at your ankles, hinting at secrets you'd still love to know. And you actually hugged your parents and protected your sister from alligators and wondered if life could ever be this grand again. Now it's your kids' turn, and it feels so good to be going back to Florida. FLA, USA.
Every time you visit, everywhere you go, a land of something else, come and say hello. Always something different, always something fun, a vacation of a lifetime. A sight to see for everyone. The smile's gonna show it, you never outgrow it, Orlando. The smile's gonna show it, you never outgrow it, Orlando.
Their impact, their ideas, their images shaped the 20th century. Fox Movie Tone News rings in the new year with a look back at the most unforgettable faces of this century. New Year's Eve.
Did you see this?
Kenny Lofton. What a catch by Lofton. Makes the lead and makes the catch. A short-handed goal by Brian Ralston. It's 2-1. To Solani. To Correa on the north side. He scores. And he draws the foul. It's rid of it, deflected, and caught. Wide open. Oh, great catch. He dives. Touchdown. He dives. He's in. O'Neal went up the wall. I'm not sure if he traveled there or some kind of violation, because I'm not sure I've ever seen that move before.
Welcome back to Chasing Greatness, and that was truly great. As we reflect back on 1998 great sports moments, we should also note the passing of some great American sports legends. Please join us as we remember those who left us in 1998. Those legends will certainly be missed. Now to wrap up, some final thoughts about the year in sports. Joining us once again, NFL Hall of Famer Jim Brown, NBA legend Isiah Thomas, and former Major League Baseball Commissioner Bowie Kuhn, and sports writer extraordinaire, co-host of Fox on Sports, Wally Matthews. Commissioner, let's start with you. What's your moment of 98?
Oh, that's easy. I mean, it's McGuire and Sosa reaching 70 and 66. I mean, what can you say? That's it.
Isiah?
It may be the greatest moment in the history of any year in sports.
Well, I can't argue with you there. Isiah, how do you feel about it? What's the moment? Is it Jordan's jumper?
I would have to say Jordan's final jumper in Utah, the pose at the free throw line, the crossover dribble, the push, him extending, leaving it there for everybody to see. I mean, that's the moment I think most sports fans will remember of Michael Jordan.
Jim, your moment of 98, you also left on top?
You have to go with baseball, Sosa, McGuire, but I like O'Meara, and the fact that Tiger should have been in his position. And he's always been a wonderful guy, and he finally came to the top. It's like the subtle moment for me of the year.
Wally?
You know, Brian, to me, there was a certain inevitability that McGuire's 62nd home run coming as early as it did in the baseball season, so that didn't really do it for me. I would have to say either the Jordan shot, which was absolutely marvelous, or, to me, the heart-stopping stretch duel between Real Quiet and Victory Gallup in the Belmont, in which Real Quiet lost the Triple Crown by about that much.
It was a thrill having you all here together, looking back at a tremendous year in sports. And again, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. 1998 has certainly been one of the best ever. I mean, I don't think anyone will ever forget this year. On behalf of all of us here at Fox News Channel, we'd like to thank you for watching our show, and we want you to end the year and think about 99 by watching and listening to this.
There is a drum that beats steady and strong. It does not know defeat. I feel it proud and know the sound of truth.
And Jenkins the Drew for the win. Good!